I threw away my Bible and walked away from my faith. I did eventually come back to it. It took time, almost 2 decades to do. And the thing about it is, this is to be a testimony for people who have become either the prodigal child who ran away from the Most High, who kept on seeing all of the performative religion, performative faith, and not being able to see the power of Yahuwah's word when you read it in the Bible. And that's what caused me to fall away in the first place. And I know many people might end up saying, did you have it there in the first place? Yes, I did. I did. The only thing is that once you have been let down so many times, when you're a child and you're observing your world, you're not just listening, you are experiencing it, you are seeing it. And when you see others around you who keep on saying that the Most High is this powerful creator, that he's the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, and that they practice his word and he does good for them, but you see their actions and their lives say the complete opposite, that's enough for you to finally just walk away from it all. And that happened to me. When I was a child, I was really into the Bible. I ended up reading it. I was asking questions. And even though life wasn't the greatest during that time, because my family was going through a lot of issues, such as my parents going through a divorce, of going into from middle class to poverty because of that, I still believed in the Most High even during that time. But what ended up causing me to walk away from that faith was all of the negative just kept piling up. I didn't see blessings at all. Kept going to church every Sunday and seeing others and thinking, it's like right now is just a down spot. It's just a down spot. We're eventually going to get out of this valley. We're going to get back on our feet and everything. But then when you go to church and others praising the Most High, giving sermons, giving words, but then of course you get more involved in that church community and you start seeing that their lives don't reflect anything that at the Sunday service they talked about. You saw gossiping, you saw backstabbing, you saw people literally going to the clubs and literally just living in the world and doing what the world said. And then coming on Sunday and thinking, hey, I'm going to the church on Sunday and asking for forgiveness. And then going back into the world on Monday and doing it all over again. So instead of the word transforming them, they just kept on walking in the world saying, oh, okay, yeah, you're saying that you're following the Bible, but then you're doing the opposite. And seeing that repeatedly happen and seeing people who weren't walking in that faith, eventually, of course, there's going to be a straw that breaks the camel back. And that's what happened with me. One of the things is that I want to be able to live off of communication and live off of writing. And I've always had that since I was a child. And of course, parents with good intentions and other family members with good intentions are like, well, you can't make a living off of that. You need to find something more compatible. So not working within that talent that you have. And I got encouragement from my cousin who was older than me saying, no, just keep doing it. Don't listen to them. They don't believe in it because they don't see what I see. Go for it. And one day, my cousin who was trying to stand up for the family, trying to get his family out of an abusive situation, ended up getting murdered. And here's the thing, his murderer actually admitted to all of it publicly in front of the whole entire family. So multiple witnesses. But justice never came. For there had to be key people that could step forward who could be able to prove that case. And unfortunately, those people decided not to do it. And here's the thing, those are people that said, yes, I fear the Most High. I walk in the path of the Most High. What should I fear? But then when it came to this, they feared a man more than they feared the Most High. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. Because I was like, wait, you guys are saying you're walking in His way. You're walking in His word. You're walking in His faith. You're walking under His refuge. And this is how it's going to end? So, of course, that night, crying and grieving, I ended up grabbing my Bible and throwing it out because I was like, the adults are being hypocrites. And I'm not seeing the Most High in any part of my life. So I did that. The thing that I did see in my life, whose words and actions were matching up, were people who did live in the world, who didn't go to church. They were living in the world. They were living on the world standards, their values. And what did I see? I saw success. I saw that through houses, nice cars, being able to go on nice vacations, not having to wear shoes with holes in them. If they needed a new pair of shoes, they can just go to the store and buy new shoes, and not just going to Payless. Yes, I'm dating myself. Or Walmart. They actually went to nice high-end stores and got them nice shoes, got themselves nice clothes. And I kept seeing that. And I'm like, why are we even following this word then? Because everyone I see that seems like they're following it are actually following the world. And at least the ones that are following the world, their words and their actions are matching up with each other. Compared to the ones who are going to church, who are saying they're walking in this word. And you only see that on Sunday. But then the rest of the week, they're walking within the world. So I was like, the world must be the answer. It's not this word. So, of course, that's what I did. I ended up going on hyperdrive of self-development, of financial literacy, of, hey, I got to be able to get these certifications and qualifications. I got to make sure I make it in the world because that's going to give me the success. That's going to make it where I can provide for myself. I won't have to depend on anyone. So hyperdependence came into the picture. And that's the thing. Throughout high school, I didn't even get a regular job. I got a job that actually had stock options. And I worked there for several years. And then during that time, after I graduated high school, I went to college, got my associates, and then I was working on my bachelor's. And then I learned from another colleague from my previous job that the military was a great jump off point to really get good success and permanent success. So joined the military, ended up eventually becoming one of the top 16 sailors in the entire military. And what did it cost me? Everything. I found out that path led to destruction. It led to me not knowing who I was. It led to me having to compromise on values and standards because, of course, when you're working within the world, you got to work on the world standards. You got to work on the world's rules. And I saw what it did to people, that it was okay to throw people under the bus. It was okay to climb over people. It was okay to use them to get what you wanted, and that relationships were transactional. And once all that came crashing down, and I ended up in a psych ward having to wonder where I went wrong, I came to the realization I couldn't keep doing this. So, of course, after I got released on a Friday, so I had the entire weekend before I had to go back to work on Monday, I ended up going to my bookcase because you probably have seen my videos. I enjoy books. Books are my joy. They're my vice. I know other people that have different vices like playing video games or drinking or anything else that fills that hole you have inside of you. When I went back home to my one-bedroom apartment, I was just looking for a good book that I could just get myself lost in for the rest of the weekend and not have to focus on what was currently happening. Instead, I found the Bible. I looked at it for a moment and then I was thinking, you know what? Let me just give it a try. And here's the thing. I didn't go at it that easily. As soon as I grabbed it, I looked up and I even told the Most High at that moment, I don't even know you're there. Everything I have seen in my life says contrary to it. I don't see you move. I don't see where you are at. I don't see people who reflect your light. But hey, I'm isolated this weekend. I have no plans. There's no one. I can't even pick up the phone because everybody during that weekend was busy and couldn't even be talked to. Found out that was him too later on. The Most High will isolate you when he needs you to listen to him. So I challenged him. And here's the thing. He is truth. You can challenge the truth. The truth can take it. So picking up this Bible and looking at it, I challenged him. I'm like, prove to me you're real. Prove to me that your word has power. Prove to me that every word that is in this book is true. Show me that you really are here. So I sat down with my Bible that weekend. And by Sunday evening, I was saved. Whether you want to call me crazy for this or think that I may have been hallucinating, no, this was clear as day. I actually met the Most High. I met Yahusha, also known as Jesus. That's for that his name is for a different time on that one. And I actually saw him smiling at me with and I just heard the words, "You finally came back." I was I had no words for it. I just started crying. And from that moment on, he set me down at his feet. He taught me his word. He taught me how to walk in it, taught me how there is true power in it. Because he even explained the reason why I wasn't even seeing it as a child. Because here's the thing. And what is it? It's Matthew chapter 6:33. And a lot of people say, seek the kingdom of heaven. But here's the part they miss. They miss the and part that comes after that. Seek the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness. That means you can't just say you are following word. You have to be doing his works. You have to be doing his word, living it. That's why he says in James chapter 2 that works without faith is dead. It's not saying the Most High doesn't know your heart and doesn't know who you are. The whole point is for others to know that his word has power. You have to be doing the work. You have to have faith in him and show that out to others. For we are very visual beings. We don't just go off of people's words. We go off of what people do. Do your words and do your actions match? And that is why performative faith, performative religion is so dangerous. It's because you get people caught up in their feelings. You get people so caught up on, hey, you got to put on a performance and make it seem like this works. Because then that shows that you have no faith. Because you're saying this word doesn't work because I'm not living it. Only do it on Sunday, Monday through Saturday. I'm just doing whatever I want to do in the world. And it comes back to, I know it's in Revelation. I don't have the chapter, but it made me realize why the Most High says, I want you to either be hot or cold for me. And I'm a living testimony of that. When you're hot for the Most High, you're hot for him. You're committed. You're doing the faith that works. You're showing the world. When they see you, they see him. They see the light. If you're going to be of the world and say, no, I'm not going to follow you. I'm going to follow the world. People can see that. That's how I walked away. I saw people in the world doing as the world said and getting success by the world. How are people from the world acting accordingly and inspiring others, but people of the Most High are not inspiring others? And that's the reason why, because they are lukewarm. And that's why he said he's going to just spit them out too, because you're being lukewarm. Your words and your actions are not matching up. While the people of the world, their word and their actions are matching up. And that is why people are going to that side and anyone is not going to the other side where the Most High is, because people are not committed to him like people that are committed to the world. I'd rather you be one or the other, not in the middle, because you end up having others follow you who see you're double-minded, that you're not following either way. So yes, here I am, now out on these social media streets, because for too long, performative faith has been running rampant and it needs to be checked. I'm here not only reading the word, I'm here living it. And I'm here to help others. Hey, I fell away. I'm not perfect. I even tell people, study to show thyself approved. Don't just take my word for it. I'm just here to be a living testimony of his. I'm here to make sure we can do better. Because it's time for the world to stop taking others down that path of destruction and get to the point where we're living life more abundantly. Because we're supposed to be thriving, not struggling, not compromising on our standards and values. So if this message resonates with you, you go follow me for more content. I'm going to be here. I'm going to keep doing this. And if somehow this message is really, if you want more of my story, I have written a book, Seeking the Kingdom. The link will be down below. And he is there. He is always there with you, even when you're going through it. And I'm a living testimony of that. Like I said, I was in a psych ward because I almost ended my life subscription. I'm only here because of him. I want you all to stay encouraged and stay blessed.